Welcome back to my channel Celeb Buzz. Please share and subscribe and press the bell icon for new updates.
They say some secrets are too heavy to hold. That in time, they'll always find their way into the light. But there are secrets that stay hidden for decades, not because they're buried, but because they're too painful to remember or too dangerous to reveal. Lana Turner's secret? It was a love story, a quiet, private one. And the man at the center of it was none other than Donald O'Connor, the legendary dancer, actor, and comedian, known for his charm, his smiles, his grace. But in the shadows of her dazzling Hollywood career, there was another side to Lana Turner that few knew about. A side she fought to protect. A side that, once exposed, would make everything we thought we knew about her come undone. Lana Turner was born Julia Jean Mildred Frances Turner in Wallace, Idaho, on February 8, 1921. The product of a small town, the innocent girl from a broken home, her father murdered when she was only 9. She and her mother moved to California, a place that promised a fresh start. What they didn't know then was that California would soon call upon Lana, not as the girl with a tragic past, but as the one destined to captivate an entire world. By 1937, at the age of 16, Lana Turner's beauty was undeniable. Her breakout role in They Won't Forget may have been small, but it was unforgettable. That tight sweater she wore immortalized her as the sweater girl, an image that would forever become tied to her name. America couldn't get enough. But behind the dazzling screen, beneath the glamour, she was more than just the sex symbol the world adored. She was an actress with depth, a woman who spent her career evolving, searching for roles that challenged her, that allowed her to reveal the complexities of who she was. In The Postman Always Rings Twice, Lana showed her ability to blend vulnerability with manipulation, creating one of the most iconic femme fatales in the history of film noir. But even in her most successful years, the woman the world knew was still a mystery. Her heart, her true heart, remained a secret. Enter Donald O'Connor. He wasn't just another name in the crowd of Hollywood's golden era. He was a star in his own right, an actor who charmed audiences with his wit, his elegance, and his impeccable dancing skills. He could make you laugh, make you smile, and make you forget the troubles of the world. But there was another side to Donald O'Connor. One that Lana Turner knew better than anyone else, one that was kept hidden from the prying eyes of the public. For years, no one could fully comprehend the connection between these two Hollywood icons. But it was more than just a fleeting romance, more than just a public fling. It was a quiet, private love story, one that would remain a secret until now. In the shadows of Lana Turner's dazzling life, there was a relationship that neither the tabloids nor the fans ever fully understood. It was a love affair kept under lock and key, shielded from the spotlight. The truth was, Lana and Donald shared something far deeper, more intimate, and far more complicated than the world could have ever imagined. It wasn't just about the fleeting chemistry you often saw between co-stars. No, this was something much more personal. It was something Lana Turner, ever the master of crafting her public image, chose to keep hidden for reasons known only to her. But why? Why would two stars with careers so intertwined, two people who seemed to have the world at their feet, keep such a secret? Was it simply fear? The fear of being misunderstood, of having their love reduced to just another tabloid headline. The fear of losing control over the narrative of their lives, of becoming characters in a story written by the public, rather than their own hand. Or perhaps, as some would argue, there was something darker, something that threatened to unravel the very fabric of Lana's carefully constructed image. A secret too painful to confront, one that could destroy everything she had worked so hard to build. Whatever the reason, the secret remained hers, and for many years, only the shadows knew the full truth. Lana Turner's life was filled with complexities, twists of fate, heartbreaks, and moments of pure brilliance that sometimes hid the turmoil beneath the surface. Born Julia Jean Mildred Frances Turner in Wallace, Idaho, Lana's childhood was far from easy. Her father's tragic murder when she was just 9 years old cast a long shadow over her early life. Her mother, determined to escape the poverty of Idaho, took Lana to California, hoping for a fresh start. Little did they know, California would not only provide that new beginning, but would also set the stage for Lana's rise to fame. It was in Los Angeles, in the heart of the entertainment world, that Lana would transform into one of the most iconic stars of her time. But as the cameras rolled, the world saw only the surface. The girl who smiled, who dazzled, who graced the covers of magazines. What they didn't see was the person behind the mask, the woman who had lost so much and who, in many ways, never fully healed. In 1937, Lana's career took flight with her breakout role in They Won't Forget. It was there that she first became the A Sweater Girl, an image forever etched in the minds of American audiences. But as her star ascended, so did the scrutiny. The press and the public quickly labeled her a sex symbol, reducing her to just her physical beauty, her allure, her ability to make hearts race. The real Lana Turner, however, was much more than the stunning figure that graced the silver screen. She was an actress who, over time, would prove herself to be one of the finest talents of her generation. With each role she took on, Lana proved her versatility. In The Postman Always Rings Twice, 1946, her portrayal of a femme fatale opposite John Garfield was a masterpiece, blending vulnerability with manipulative charm in a way few actresses could match. It was in these roles that Lana showed the world she was more than just a pretty face. She was a woman with depth, a woman who could express both power and fragility in a single glance. But even as she commanded attention on screen, the pressures of her personal life, her troubled marriages, the scandal surrounding her daughter Cheryl Crane's involvement in a murder case, continued to shadow her. It seemed as if every step she took in her career was dogged by controversy, each triumph stained by another scandal or heartbreak. Amidst all the chaos, however, there was Donald O'Connor. In the whirlwind of Hollywood's glittering lights and dark corners, Lana found in him a kindred spirit. He wasn't just another handsome co-star. Donald O'Connor understood her in ways few others did. He saw beyond the persona, beyond the image. He saw Lana, the real Lana, the woman behind the glamour. Together, they shared a bond that was born in secrecy, one that they both worked to protect. The world would never know the full extent of their relationship. But what truly drove Lana Turner and Donald O'Connor to keep their love hidden? What was it about their connection that demanded such secrecy, despite their undeniable chemistry? The answer, perhaps, lies in the intricate web of Lana's past. A past woven with trauma, heartbreak, and loss in ways that most of us can barely comprehend. From the moment she was born, life seemed determined to test her resilience. Her father's murder when she was just 9 years old cast an indelible shadow over her early years, a trauma that shaped the woman she would become. She would never be able to erase that pain, and in many ways, the scar remained with her for the rest of her life. This loss at such a tender age left her with a brokenness that could never fully heal, not even amidst the glitter and glamour of Hollywood. She carried that weight silently, never fully sharing it with the world, and perhaps not even with the people closest to her. As she grew older, the pressures of fame, the constant media scrutiny, and the relentless tabloid rumors wore her down. What started as admiration and adoration from the public slowly turned into something more intrusive, more invasive. The public began to reduce Lana Turner to a series of headlines, gossip columns, and scandalous stories. She was no longer seen as just an actress. She was the embodiment of every rumor, every fantasy, and every expectation Hollywood demanded from its stars. The glamour, the beauty, the fame, all of it was a double-edged sword. For every role she played, for every adoring fan that cheered her on, there was a personal toll. There were few who truly saw the woman behind the facade, the complexities of her soul, the longing for something more than just the next role or the next headline. The world demanded so much from her, and yet gave so little in return. In Donald O'Connor, Lana found something she had been searching for her whole life, a safe space, a place where her vulnerabilities could be protected. Unlike others in Hollywood who seemed eager to capitalize on her pain, Donald O'Connor was different. He was someone who wouldn't exploit her vulnerabilities, someone who wouldn't twist their relationship into a headline to satisfy the public's insatiable appetite for scandal. He became her refuge, her quiet sanctuary amidst the chaos of her public life. With Donald, Lana didn't need to be the icon. She could simply be herself, Flawed, beautiful, scared, and deeply human. But as much as Donald O'Connor represented peace for Lana, the cost of keeping their relationship a secret was heavy. It wasn't just about protecting her image or maintaining her position in Hollywood. It was about survival. It was about carving out a space for herself, a space where she could be the woman she wanted to be, away from the prying eyes that had already taken so much from her. The stakes were high, and the secrecy became an emotional burden that Lana would carry in silence. For years, she lived in a constant tension between the public and private selves, a tension that only grew as the years went by. Every moment of joy she shared with Donald was counterbalanced by the knowledge that their love had to remain hidden, locked away from the world's judgment. It wasn't just about protecting their privacy, it was about protecting their hearts, and yet that secrecy came with a deep sadness. Lana knew deep down that she could never fully embrace the love she had with Donald, never fully give herself to it without the constant weight of keeping it a secret. Their relationship was not the fairy tale romance that would make headlines or capture the world's attention. It was not the kind of love that Hollywood would have celebrated. But it was real, and in many ways it was the truest connection Lana ever had. It was a love born out of understanding, trust, and the quiet comfort of knowing that they could share something away from the chaos. Sorrow of knowing that despite all that they shared, they could never truly be free to live their truth. As the years passed, the world began to change. The golden era of Hollywood slowly faded, replaced by a new generation of stars, a new kind of fame. Lana's career, which had once burned so brightly, began to slow down. The roles became fewer, the films less glamorous. Yet, despite this, her legacy never truly faded. She remained a compelling figure, her mystique still intact, a symbol of the past even as the world moved forward. In the 1960s and 70s, when Hollywood seemed to have forgotten its classic icons, Lana Turner still captivated audiences. Her later years saw her trying to move beyond the scandals that had defined her early career, trying to find a sense of normalcy amidst the chaos of her past. She appeared in films like Madame X 1966, earning a Golden Globe nomination, and later starred in popular TV shows like Falcon Crest. But despite her continued success, the secret of her relationship with Donald O'Connor, just like so many other parts of her life, remained untold. The truth of their bond was hidden in the recesses of time, a story that was never fully explored, never fully understood. But now, as we look back and begin to piece together the hidden chapters of Lana Turner's life, we realize that her love story with Donald O'Connor was not just a fleeting affair. It was a quiet, enduring tale of survival. It was about a woman trying to hold on to something real in a world that was constantly demanding more of her than she could give. And in that secrecy, in that quiet refuge, today we can finally uncover the truth. The story of Lana Turner and Donald O'Connor is a reminder that behind the beauty, the fame, and the legacy of the Hollywood stars we adore, there are real lives, real hearts, and real struggle. They are not just the characters they play on screen. They are complex, multifaceted people who live with their own scars, their own vulnerabilities, their own battles. Behind every public persona is a private story waiting to be told. As we reflect on this untold chapter of Lana's life, we are reminded that even the most glamorous stars have their scars, their secrets, their moments of doubt. The world may never fully understand the weight of those secrets, but in uncovering them, we gain a deeper understanding of the woman behind the icon. It's a testament to the complexity of fame, the struggle to find peace in a world that constantly demands more from you, and the quiet strength it takes to live a life of your own choosing. So as we peel back the layers of Lana Turner's life, we encourage you to think about your own. What secrets do we carry with us hidden from the world? What parts of ourselves do we keep locked away, afraid to let others see? The story of Lana Turner and Donald O'Connor is not just a love story. It's a story of vulnerability, trust, and the desire to find peace in a world that never stops spinning. It is a reminder that sometimes the most profound truths lie beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered. If you found this story as moving and poignant as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear your reflections on the untold stories that live beneath the public lives of your favorite stars. Because sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones that remain untold for far too long.